so welcome to another episode of the Limitless Potential Podcast. All right, y'all know we talk about the main pillars of health. All right, physical, spiritual, and financial. All right, so physical is good, but your finances is off. How can you really enjoy your money? If your finances is good, but your health is off, you can't enjoy your health or your life. All right, so we got a special guest here, man. Introduce yourself.
Will Matthews, owner of Southern Comfort Kitchen. Yeah, that's about it for right now.
That's the only thing you own right now?
Yeah, I got my food truck, and then I got the storefront, and working on doing some physical training stuff coming up soon. So.
Okay, that's dope. So I want to take us back to the beginning. All right, I don't want to just get into what you got right now because you ain't to jump there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So take us back to the beginning in high school. What got you into like football? I know you're a football player. Yeah. Y'all can see, oh my God, big as it. So what like got you into like football?
I've been playing football since I was 5. So my dad used to play football when he was like, growing up and stuff. He went to high school. He did a little semi-pro ball. But I've been playing since I was 5, man. I got a picture of me when I was a baby. I was like 2 years old, football in my hand, before I even could run for real.
Yeah.
Man, but I grew up playing all sports: football, basketball. Did a little bit of baseball, but they started throwing me too fast for me. So then I ran track too. So so I was just a year-round sports.
So was football the sport you was the best at, or
it probably was the one I was most passionate about. Probably I was pretty nice at basketball, for real. But some of us are vertically challenged.
You still hoop?
Man, I ain't played in a minute. But I can still do a little something.
Okay,
it's still there.
We're gonna have to hoop, man. We're gonna have to hoop. Yeah. So I wanted to take y'all just a little backstory. So the early episode of Joella, she introduced me to Will. And I just don't want y'all. That's actually be an LP note too. Is take advantage of opportunities to build relationships with people, because he is a young entrepreneur, I'm a young entrepreneur. You never know, this connection might lead to something bigger in the future. You just never know. And just to have somebody that you could talk to that's on the on the same path or got the same vision for themselves, that they want to create something bigger than just going to do a job and stuff like that. Actually taking a hard route. Being an entrepreneur is not easy.
At all.
Not easy.
At all.
And I don't know if I told you this, but I've been an entrepreneur, full-time entrepreneur since 2019. So, you know what I'm saying? I know it's growing, you know what I'm saying? But it's definitely a challenge, man. So, it's dope, man. I commend you on that, man. And how old are you?
25.
25. See, I'm 27, 25. Super young, man. Just get into it, man. Let's go back to, so how was it playing for Kent State? How was that experience?
Well, actually, I want to start from high school.
Yeah. Okay, let's start from high school. Let's go back.
My high school was pretty good, man. Back at home, we my junior and senior year.
Where are you from?
New Orleans, Louisiana. My high school is called RESTURANT. So it's
called
like
what?
it's hard to pronounce for people. But we a little bit outside of the city. So. We coming into high school. My high school was predominant for pushing out talent. So Ed Reed went there. Justin Jefferson went to my high school. We had a bunch of other guys. One of my best friends, Kirk Merritt, he played for the Saints right now. My high school just produced a lot of athletes and a lot of talent. But that's New Orleans in general.
Yeah.
So man, our junior and senior year, man, extremely good. Junior year we lost in the semis. Senior year we lost in the state championship. I think my senior class, we put about 7, 8 guys D1. So
y'all got a program.
Yeah, we got a program, and the young boys right now, they doing good. They 9-0. They number 3 in the state right now. So but this is consistent every year. We pushing out good seasons and good talent and stuff like that.
So do you ever go back and talk to the kids, or is that something that you look?
I've had my coach ask me to come back a couple times, but it's just kind of schedule conflicting. And they play on Fridays, and it just never really worked. But most of the guys, the dudes that's out there playing, bro, they was in like second grade.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So,
right.
But you know, a couple of them know me and stuff like that, so it's cool. And then my mom's a teacher at the high school, so like, when I go home, I go back and you know I'm around a little bit. So,
Okay.
Yeah, so
That's dope. That's dope. So what? So you were okay. Obviously, you were recruited by Kent State. Were there any other schools that was in the race for you?
Yeah. So in high school, man, I was actually gonna commit to Tulane in New Orleans, but somebody like a running back committed before me. It was kind of a weird process. They was like they couldn't accept my commitment because it was already full for that position and stuff. So yeah, man, I had a couple schools. I had a couple offers. I had some D1 AA's. I had like UTEP, Cal Berkeley, UCF. But those were like all late offers, and it was like kind of trying to get somebody in before signing day time.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Kent and a couple of other schools were pretty like consistent through the process. Kent was probably the most loyal. They came down for like my track practice, spring ball. They went talked to my mama at the school. They went to my dad's barbershop. Both of the coaches bald headed, you know. They went to my dad's barbershop and stuff. So you know that was yeah, that was cool, man. They was real consistent, man. Real loyal, real truthful for what it was worth during that process. So you know, I just prayed about it, man. And when I went on my visits, Kent was the one that just felt like this is where I needed to be.
Yeah,
so.
It's dope too. I went to Kent State for a semester. I loved it up there. It was dope. I like Kent State. It was dope.
Yeah.
So what? Okay, so now, so you graduated, right?
Yeah.
What degree did you graduate with?
Business concentration and entrepreneurship.
Smart.
Yeah.
So now so y'all looking at somebody who actually is utilizing the time that they spent in college.
Right.
You don't see that a lot too. So that's dope. That's you actually. So you always knew you wanted to be an entrepreneur?
Yeah, man. So my dad, he is a barber. He been cutting hair for like probably 30 years now, like officially, like in the shop and stuff. Growing up, my mom. So in New Orleans, we got snowball stands, which is like kind of like how y'all got snow cones up here. It's kind of that concept.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of that concept, but a little different. Like the ice is soft. We got
okay.
different flavors. They do nachos, hot dogs, like a little concession stand type. So my mama had it. She had two of those actually, and she was doing that for a couple years. So we used to work there growing up. So it was like, you know, I seen my people getting it. You know what I mean? So it was like, you know, once I got of age, I'm like, I gotta figure out what I want. Like
that's dope.
I want to do for myself, right?
That's dope. That's what's up. So what? Okay, so out of college, was it like a clear vision on that led you here? Is that something that you go towards? Or?
So like throughout the entrepreneurship program, you write out a business plan. You like put steps forward to like actually producing money. So I actually started the food truck before I graduated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So Kent Entrepreneurship Program had like a pitch competition. So one of my professors, she kind of pushed me to do it, even though I didn't want to. And fortunate enough to come in second place, got $8,000 towards the business. So
that's what's up.
You know, purchase a truck, purchase equipment. But prior to that, I did a lot of pop-ups. So I did a pop-up at Water Street Tavern.
Okay, yeah.
And then I don't know if you was around. There was this one little venue called Arise.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah,
what
my dude Javon owned it. It was like going towards that Walmart in Ravenna.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, man.
I used to work out there too, so.
Yeah, so it was this little spot called Arise, man. Young entrepreneur. He was like probably 19 at the time. So we did a couple pop-ups there. So man, it was a lot of groundwork, man, and a lot of tables. Little hot plates out, you know, cooking stuff at the crib and just kind of selling it, getting our name out there. So I did that for a couple months, and then after the pitch competition, so I did the pitch competition, graduated, and then started the truck. But I had, I redshirted, so I had the 5th year, so I was still there one more semester, man. So which was, man, the way everything played out was crazy.
It was almost like perfect, like.
Bro, perfect. So like, I went into my 5th year, started the truck. I had a couple events that summer. We was going through camp, and I ended up tearing my meniscus. So tore my meniscus, didn't play half the season, but while the team was gone, I was able to be out on the truck. So I'm out downtown Kent at the bars till 3 in the morning selling food, getting the name out. So I did that for about 6 weeks until I was able to, get back healthy, come back. Man, came back, had a pretty good season. To say I only, played 6, 7 games. We won the first bowl game, Kent State history. I was the starting running back. During our bowl game, I ended up getting hurt again. Like somebody whiplashed and hit my knee. So I'm down, national TV, they broadcast the food truck.
What?
Yeah, on ESPN.
Just randomly or what?
No, like they interviewed me and stuff prior to, but then once that happened, it was like a whole 30-second segment. They had my face up there, picture the food truck, picture of food. Yeah, it was dope, man. And it was like, yeah, and I had all the stats and stuff on. It was like, bro, 1-point-something billion people watching it, because it was the only bowl game on at that time, the Frisco Bowl. And then the quarterback, he went to the league. He got drafted from the other team, Jordan Love. So it was just a lot of people watching that. Yeah. So it was a good time for exposure for the business.
Did you have a social media page at that time?
Yeah, I did.
Did you see like a big jump or a growth or something like that?
I don't even know if I paid attention to it, man. It was just a lot going on. So I just kind of, everything was just moving too fast at that time. So it was definitely cool, man. It was dope. It was like,
Yeah, I probably felt crazy.
Yeah, it did, man. Because after the game, we won, but I was getting messages like, "Oh, I see food truck."
Yeah.
What?
Right, that's crazy. You didn't know it was gonna be on there?
No, I didn't. They just interviewed me, but they didn't say that they was gonna put that out.
Wow,
there. So it was dope.
Right.
Yeah,
that's dope. That's dope. So what? Okay, so how long were you in a food truck before you got your brick and mortar?
So I started a food truck July of 2019.
Okay.
July 5th. Actually, it was the day after 4th of July. We had an event on a Friday at this library. They was doing like food truck Fridays.
Okay.
Crazy first event. Blew the generator. Half of the truck wasn't working. Damn. It was a whole deal,
the
man.
Stuff that y'all don't see.
Right. It was challenges. Like the day-to-day, man, challenges. There's a lot of stuff the books don't tell you, man. You gotta get out and do it and experience for yourself, and let those lessons you be able to tell somebody else so they don't make that mistake.
Right.
So I started there and then did the food truck all through COVID, all of that, and we've been here for about 7 months.
7 months.
Yeah, we opened April 5th of this year.
Okay,
so we'll be going on 7 months.
So you was in the truck grinding for some years before you got.
Yeah, about 2.5, I believe. That sounds about right.
Yeah. That's what's up. So, what do you like more? Do you like more than
it's a little,
or it's like this might have this.
Yeah. You got your got your positives and negatives from both, but I would say probably the most enjoyment is the truck, just because like you get constant lines, and then like the way we had it, we was in the same spot so many days. Started getting regulars, you know what I mean, new people. I had a lot of teammates come through, a lot of students at Kent State, so the truck was cool because like those condensed times, 2 hours, but we feeding 100 people. You know what I mean? Sometimes in the restaurant you got your slow times, and then you got your lunch hour, and then you got your dinner hour, but the times in between get a little slow. So having that consistency on the truck is probably one of the more fun times.
So what made you? So how did you get your name?
Like making the name of it?
Yeah, how did that come about?
So somebody asked me that, bro, recently, and I forgot. I wish I could find it, bro. I had a notebook, man. I was drawing up pictures.
Yeah.
I was on Google looking up pictures, and then I'm just me and my mom was sending each other names. So at first I was just gonna do Southern Comfort, but I didn't even think about the liquor. I told my mama that, and she was like, "Well, you got to think about the liquor and all that stuff." So then we just threw kitchen on that, and it just had a ring. And I was like, you know what? I can do that.
Yeah. So what made you come with the gear?
This was actually from I made it work from a picture I saw on Google.
Okay.
So the picture on Google, they were like sideways. It was weird, bro. It was weird, but I was like, all right, I need to put Louisiana in there.
You got to.
So I got the state. I had talked to a graphic designer at Kent, so she kind of made what I was thinking come to life.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, it was an alligator and crawfish, but they was over a pot, and like the pot was steaming, but they was kind of like this. So I just took that and made my own.
Yeah, that's what's up. I thought you was using it as symbolic towards like Louisiana. I thought that was good.
I mean, that is the point, so people see it, they're like, because Southern Comfort Kitchen, Southern, people think Southern, they don't know what, they just like South, and then Texas, Florida, they don't know where it's at, so having the, the state in there gives them, and then when everybody see Louisiana, they either think of New Orleans or Baton Rouge, so.
Right. That's what's up, though. That's what's up, man. It's great. Like for me, like with my business, I was in college, sitting there, I just had a thick notebook of just hella designs.
Right.
Drawing. Cause mine's is Limitless Training. So mine's came from the movie Limitless.
Okay.
You ever seen the movie Limitless? Take a pill.
Oh yeah, with the yeah.
So like,
I explore like the whole mind.
Yeah, like you just open up. That's my main thing is really helping people get rid of their limiting beliefs, like so they can really like expand and do whatever they want to do without being limited at all. Like so that's my main thing. But that's what's up, man. That's dope. So okay, now let's. What are some of the most challenges that you have came across from start to finish? Like, what's some challenges?
Man, challenges is just like, and I feel like this is for any entrepreneur, but just getting into a field that's got so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of the bigger challenges, but kind of wasn't a challenge, was COVID. Inflation and prices. People kind of just being weird about a lot of stuff, like interactions and so through the beginning of it, we probably seen a decrease in sales and stuff, and then as like the whole 6 feet distance and all of that stuff, with it being a food truck, it actually worked out for us. Yeah,
that's the same thing Joella said. Like it actually helped her like get started during that time because you was outside, so we had the capabilities having people come through and not have to be like all on top of each other and stuff like that. So, but that's dope too. Actually, it's crazy too because I wasn't supposed to do this, but when you're an entrepreneur, you gotta make it happen.
Right.
You gotta make it happen. So when I got my first location, I signed the lease March of 2020. Y'all know what happened March 2020. The shutdown. That's when they shut everything down. So I was like, literally, I had no job, nothing. My baby was just born. So I'm like, I don't know. I was literally on Indeed, like trying to find a job, stuff like that. But then I had a conversation with myself, like, man, you doing something special. I'm actually changing people's lives. I'm like, I got an opportunity to do something big. So I'm like, I gotta make it work. So I was still training. You know what I mean? I was training, but I would keep distance and stuff like that. But it actually helped me because there were some people who wasn't trying to stay out. They like, man, I need to still work out. I'm like, shoot, you want to come to the gym? Come on. You know what I'm saying? It actually helped me because the gyms was closed down, so people was still trying to come and work out. People were still trying to come and work out. So I'm like, it actually helped me. You know what I'm saying? I was able to get my name out there because I was new. So that actually helped me out too, though. So that's dope, man. That's dope. All right. So what? Let's talk about some like goals that you have for yourself.
So, I would say like from starting my business plan, it was a 5-year thing. So it was like grind on this truck for 5 years and then get like a sit down like brick and mortar. But this opportunity popped up a little before that. So we probably like 2 years ahead. But the ultimate goal is to have my own sit-in, just my spot restaurant. So that's probably the biggest thing. And then from there possibly chains and franchise maybe.
Why not though?
No, ain't no why not, but you know, you gotta tackle that one first. You know, it's still good. You know, I still got that goal in mind, but the can't do that without having. You know, so
when you said possibly, it was like, oh, like do you like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's just if I want to go that route.
Oh, if you want
the franchising thing, you know, you kind of you have to have it set up a certain way unless you want people to have your recipes and stuff. So you know, but I'm gonna wait for that whenever we get there. You know what I'm saying?
So is this the only endeavor that you plan on doing or that you do now? Is it anything else that you do?
So this is all I do right now, but I'm about to start training.
Okay.
So that's gonna be something else. Got a couple of other things in mind, but you know, I'm not trying to like do too much. Because when I started this, man, I'm talking about 80, 90 hours a week. I'm here 7 cooking, working all day, right back at it. So you know, I kind of got it to where I'm able to step away for a little bit.
Now that's powerful right there. That you put yourself in a position to where you able to like step away and your machine still move without you sitting behind, you know, the stuff and stuff like that. So at first, was it just you cooking or? Oh,
it still is.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So I just cook in bulk to make sure we got enough for. You know.
So you the chef?
Yeah.
When did you start cooking?
I started. So I've always been around food. Parents cook. Grandfather was a chef. Grandma on my mama's side, crazy cook. So I've always been in the kitchen. Yeah. But I didn't really start cooking until I came up here and was like by myself. And like I can't get that food from home.
Right.
Food is not that good. So you know, you gotta figure out how to make it work. So I was just like, yeah, man, I gotta eat. Like I'm used to eating good. This ain't cutting it. So.
And I mean, the Kent State food cool, but it's not like not southern cooking. So I did not think. I thought you had
like a chef.
Yeah, like chef.
Oh, if I had a chef, then I really would have been able to have the time from the beginning. You know what I mean? But this is family recipes. This is stuff I put together. So
that's dope,
and that's why I pride myself in the food so much, because it's like, you know, I'm doing it. You know what I mean? It's not like I own it and got somebody else doing it. Like I'm actually, you know, and then my staff, man, they great. You know, I try to set it up to where they don't have to, you know, do too much or think too much or try to like, you know, make the recipe and worry about, oh, do I need to put this much or not? You know, try to keep it as simple as possible for them, and they've been rocking it out. So they're the reason that I'm able to step away. You know, I got enough trust in them that they're gonna be able to take care of what I need them to.
So how many staff do you have now?
So I think right now I got 7. And then I got a couple
That's crazy.
Yeah, I got a couple on the truck too. So I got the truck and here. So
that's dope.
I got some that kind of rotate and do both of them.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So I'm actually thinking about, well, I'm gonna have to, because I plan on moving. You know what I'm saying? I plan on moving. That's still kind of like a secret little bit. But so I'm gonna need some staff for my event space.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody go in there and let people in, clean up and all that. But I actually started that this year, and that's been dope. I wanted an event space since a long time. I actually remember watching a webinar in 2019 of Neo DeVicio. I don't know if you know him, but he teaches people how to get in the event space. And I ended up getting this space that I turned into it. So I work out, I train people in there, like during the week, in the morning, and then on the weekends that's when I booked out. But I didn't expect it to do this though. It's been doing good, but
for sure.
But that seven employees is like another level. It's one thing like right now, like I can tell like for me is having to do everything, like the administrative side, training and all that. But once I'll be able to once I incorporate or bring on some team members, it's gonna take some of that pressure off of me. And I know for you it helped out a lot.
Man, a lot, man, because but I'm the type of person where like I want to do everything. You know?
Yeah, me too. It's hard to give up some of that.
Right, because it's like one is like you want it done a certain way, and then two is like for me like kind of on a truck. it was only two of us. It was two of it. It was me and I had a partner at the time. It was me and him at first, and then my brother came up, so it was us. But it was it. That was it. So you know, it was easy to kind of routine same stuff. So now, bigger platform, more stuff to do, but you know, I'm still like, man, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. So like being able to give that responsibility away is kind of, it's a little interesting, kind of nerve-wracking, because when you step away, you like, are they doing right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you never have your mind off of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably one of the biggest, like, I would say probably one of the biggest, not even downfall, but one of the biggest like problems with the entrepreneur. It's like you be so embedded in your work. Once you're able to step away, you still thinking about it.
But then because I watch a lot of podcasts and I learn from a lot of people, they all say the same thing. You have to. You gotta like, or else you're gonna be working your whole life. And you're just gonna drive yourself crazy, man. You need some time for yourself. You need some time to just, you know, not be even thinking. You probably still will, but you just need that time away. You know? Even if it's like small stuff, bro. Like just walk around the mall, go get you something to eat, go to the gym,
lay down. You know what I'm saying? Lay down, go to the gym. Like for me, man, going to the gym is almost just part of my routine. You know what I mean? Sometimes the timing, I can't go at the times I would want to. You know, I make it work, but you know, without going to the gym, I'm like, dang.
Yeah, it feel crazy not going. Like, it be like almost like feel like you like cheating on yourself or something. Like, it don't feel right. But that's dope, because we go to the same gym too. So I'll be seeing them we actually about to get in tomorrow. I'm excited for that. It's gonna be fun. Especially at that gym.
Right.
What's the gym called?
Mickey's
Shout out
gym.
to Mickey's gym. Shout out to Mickey's gym. He says a new gym, right?
I think so. I don't know. I ain't never been. So,
okay.
Yeah, I never. It'll be all our first time going.
Oh, okay.
Besides JC.
Oh, that's dope, man. So what? Okay, so you said you want a franchise and stuff like that. Oh, you said you're not sure. So you want to, or you're not sure?
We'll see.
We'll see. Okay.
So what the plan is to get my own standalone breaking point.
Okay. So is this the only thing you want to do, or you want to do other stuff too? I know you said you're doing training and stuff like that. Is there any other like business that you want to get to, or
so my mom is a real estate agent back at home, so I've been thinking about tapping into that a little bit. That's just another time-consuming thing. So you know, I'm trying to figure out what else I can do that, you know, doesn't require a lot of me. So a couple of little like online stuff, drop shipping type stuff, something where, you know, I don't have to be present. I don't have to put, you know, too much time into it. So just a couple of little things like that, because you know, it's always good to have multiple sources of income. So you know, just I got a couple of other things in mind, but my biggest, this is my baby right here. So you know what I mean? Yeah. So I want to make sure everything is going good here before I really try to venture off on something else.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So like, okay, do you have is it a number that you're chasing, or is it just like you doing it straight just for the passion? You love cooking, you love seeing people's reactions to your food?
I mean, you talking about like money wise?
Yeah, do you have a money number?
No, I don't really. I feel that, like, you know, I feel like the money gonna come when you love what you do. The biggest thing for me, bro, is just people being excited about eating food and that it's good to them. Right. It's authentic, you know what I'm saying? So the fact that it's coming from me and they trying it, they loving it, that's what drives me. That's what keeps me going. Seeing people's reactions, people I never met, people who might come here one time, they just dropping in from somewhere else, you know, and getting that reaction. That's keep me going.
Especially when you the chef. Right. Like,
right.
And people loving it. That's dope. I ain't gonna lie. What's your IG page for the
for the SoCo Creole? So SoCocreole.
It's gonna be on the screen. Go look at his page. I'm not gonna lie. The food look amazing. So I'm thinking about it right now. Like this would be perfect if I was sitting here eating some of the food too. But I'm like, y'all know me. I don't eat fruits and vegetables. So it looked delicious though. I'm not gonna lie. It looks delicious. I actually should. You know what? I'm gonna get something for my fiance because she's still eating stuff like this. So I'm gonna get something for her. I'll probably get some wings or something.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah,
wings crazy.
I seen the little the post. He was like, "What you say?" He was like,
so
"The wings are good." I was like, "That's hard, bro." I was like, "That's hard."
You know how many people hit me up about that, bro?
Bro.
They just came in to try the wings, like, man, the wings can't be that good. You know, I let the food speak for itself. You know,
that's it. People smacking on the food and stuff like that. I'm telling you, it really looked good, and I'll be like, damn. But it's a life I chose.
Right. We gotta stick to it.
So, what advice do you have for somebody that want to do what you do?
Like this industry.
Actually, that's I want to talk to two different people. I want to talk to the entrepreneurs that want to get into food, and I want to talk to the young athletes that want to play D1 football. You a champion. I want to talk to both of them. So, what advice do you have for? Let's first talk about the young athletes that want to get basically achieve what you have achieved.
Man, I would say just as an athlete, and the majority of athletes should know this, but bro, you gotta, especially being on a college level, man, you gotta sacrifice. It's fun to party, it's fun to have fun, be in the scene and stuff, but like if your true goal is to get to that next level, to that NFL, man, I got friends in the NFL that tell me about their experiences, their stories, what they're going through. But I would say sacrifice, man. Sacrifice going out, sacrifice, and put in all the work you can, because it's only you got 4 to 5 years, right, doing this,
right,
to be able to, or 3 if you're fortunate enough to be 3 and out,
right.
Man, you do everything you can. That way, when you're done, you don't have to look back and be like, man, if I wouldn't have partied that semester, and I would have just, if I would have ate right, and so you do everything you can, and just be consistent, man. And you make it to the collegiate level, so your talent speaks for itself in that aspect. But you just got to be that much better to get to that next level. So you just got to give everything for them 3, 4, 5 years. Be consistent, man. And then at the end of the day, you can say you gave everything. And if it don't work out, man, God got a different plan for you, but at least you did what you could.
Right. At least you gave it your all. So what I took from that was be consistent, because without consistency you ain't gonna achieve nothing. And sacrifice, like prioritize your God-given abilities. Prioritize that and actually put in the work instead of trying to have fun. Like with me, I'm sacrificing my 20s, like my 20s and my early 30s. So that way when I hit, because I plan on being like I am now for a long time. My goal, I want to be able to dunk at 80.
Okay.
That's my goal.
Okay.
That's what, like, what I'm saying? When I go hoop and, I'm around a lot of people I know, I'm known for, like, dunking. Like, that's my favorite thing. Like, I love to dunk. But I want to be able to dunk at 80. And I feel like I'm really going to be able to do that if I just keep doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? But I'm going to be an older, wiser man, and I'm going to be able to live life like still have this, physical abilities now. So to sacrifice my younger ages, party later. So that's
and then the thing is, like, you do want to find a balance, because you do want to be able to have time for yourself and enjoy yourself. But as far as your goals, what things to take. You know what I mean? Like, how far you should go. Like, that's the biggest thing, because I hate when people say, like, oh, sacrifice. Like, don't do this, don't have no fun. That's not it, because you're still living life. You still want to be able to enjoy what you're doing and enjoy yourself. You don't want to sacrifice so much that you don't even want that at a certain point you resent what you do. So you want to have that balance, but like, people know what they got. You know what I mean? Like,
know it.
Yeah. So
I think that's a powerful message too, because if you do it, if you don't give yourself that balance, you can mess with yourself mentally. Like, you can be depressed and drained and stuff like that. So I think
that stuff real, man. Mental health is real. So you got to take that time for yourself, so you could, you might need a woosah time. You know what I'm saying? You never know everybody knows what they need, or you might not know what you need.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And you gotta study yourself, man. You know, seek for help, seek advice. That's the biggest thing. People are so like scared to reach out, man. Ask questions, reach out, talk to people. There's people who either went through what you went through or could put you in the right direction for somebody to help you. So that's the biggest thing for me, because like, you know, it was hard for me to kind of ask for certain things or like want help, you know what I mean? And I think that was my problem, not problem, but I think that when it got to my business aspect, that's why I want to do everything. So,
and that's a problem.
Yeah.
Like especially with young males, especially black young males, we taught to
suppress everything.
No, you don't have no problem.
Yeah, like you
got
man,
to
you
yourself.
tough.
Yeah.
But man, don't cry, don't do this, handle that. Like you good. Man, but for real, man, really,
that's tough.
once you get older and you realize, like, man, I was really hurting myself.
Right.
You know, if I can give any advice to the young man, especially a young black man, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to show your emotions, express your feelings, because that's important, man. Especially when you start getting older and then you want to get into your love life.
Right.
For a woman, you got to be vulnerable, you got to be transparent, but it's hard to be that when you kept everything in.
Yep,
you know, so it's crazy, man. It's a lot, like just growing up and kind of realizing the things, you know, when you were younger that could have been different, but now you got to change it and help somebody younger.
Right. Yeah. And I've been with my fiance for almost 10 years, and that's something I've been, you know, trying to get better with, is just being able to open up and be vulnerable. Like, you know what I mean? The only time I really opened up and been 100% vulnerable with her is when Mom passed, because she was there with me, like, and I was in a very vulnerable state. But I need to do that, and I need to, because I got 2 daughters too, so I need to. They need to see that from me, not just me telling them. They actually need to see what I do. Like, and then if I need a son, you know what I mean? And when I have a son, I need to make sure that I can actually tell him what to do and show him what to do. Like, it's okay to be emotional, but it's a balance to it too, like you said. But just being able to actually really voice, actually use your voice. Cause that's what we don't do. We just keep it all in, man. That's not good, y'all. It's not good.
And it's a difference, man. There's a lot of cats out here that's like, they men because of age. But they not men.
Not men.
You feel what I'm saying?
I be saying that too.
Yeah. So it's like, once you really do a lot of self-evaluating and really realize, like, man, I'm really not doing what I need to do.
Right.
You know, like,
that's a hard pill to swallow. That's sad too, because I see it a lot, especially like with older people who, you know, you can tell, not even knowing them, you can tell that they still act the same way they did in high school. You can tell. Like, so, you know, that just shows that they didn't, you know, unfortunately, they didn't do what they had to do mentally, or they went through a traumatic experience and they stayed and they never really got,
you know, the help they needed. Because a lot of people need help, and you can see it, but, you know, you can't force nobody to do that.
You can't force it. Like me, I need help too. You know what I'm saying? I need help. I'm not ever gonna not need help. That's like with the training. I said I'm gonna have a personal trainer for the rest of my life. Like, even though I'm a trainer, I've been training for years. It's different to have someone outside of you to help keep you in line. You know what I mean? It's one thing, like, everybody is gonna have that day where like, that's why having a partner, workout partner is good. But just having somebody, you know, a trainer is gonna be very beneficial for me. And not just a trainer physically, but I need people in my life mentally. You know, people to help me in my finances, people to help me become the best man I can be, because it's an everlasting growth. You know what I mean? Help him be a good father. So I need people in my life that's gonna help keep me, you know, grounded in that sense. And it don't even have to be people that are older. I tell you that too. It don't have to, like, just because you're in a young body. I met a lot of wise people. Like for example, you seem like a very wise person, even though you're 25. You know what I mean? So that's dope to be around people that you can see. Okay, and you can get that. You pick up like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So when I first met you and then talked to you a couple times, okay, like you know what I'm saying, you seem like a real good dude. Like you know what I mean, and that's dope, man. That's dope. And I appreciate just even being around people like that because there's not a lot that we know of. I don't want to say there's not a lot of people out there. It's not that we know of because it's not shown in the media and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But
they want to show everything else.
Yeah, on purpose. You know, on purpose. They're trying to get us. You know, they're trying to get us dirty. So okay, so now what advice do you have for people that want to become entrepreneurs and get into the food industry?
I would say the biggest thing that I actually learned from one of my coaches, one of my old coaches who does something completely different from food, is like knowing your numbers, bro. It's so important. Knowing your numbers, right? You need to know your margins. You need to know how much, like even right now, man, I'm working on, like I need to know my profit loss statement and stuff like that, just to make sure that I'm not wasting money. Right. So knowing your numbers is huge. And then having your product be consistent. You want that product to taste the same. Like I want my crawfish mac, the person who had it on July 5th, 2019, they come in and get it today, taste the same way. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of people like, and don't get me wrong, I understand like budgeting wise, sometimes you gotta take certain shortcuts and stuff, but like, bro, your product is your customers or your business. So without a good product, your customers won't come in. And then if your customers not coming in, they're not gonna bring nobody else in, or they sell. So those two things are one of the most important keys to your business outside of your employees.
And I think that's real important too. I don't want y'all to go over that. Is really what's gonna bring the most customers are your customers.
Exactly, 100%. I got one dude, bro. Since I started the first like month, he brought in 15 people. They came in saying, "Oh, so and so told me to come."
Yeah.
I'm like, dang. But he told me, he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna bring some people in here." I'm like, you know,
people say that,
whatever.
Yeah.
But this man, he was making sure he had receipts. They came in like, yeah, so and so told me to come. You know, what I mean? And some of them done been coming consistently.
Yeah.
So.
And then they lead to other people. Like I'm reading this book right now called Contagious, and it's about how things catch on. And word of mouth is the biggest thing. Like word of mouth. People talking about, oh, did you go to that spot yet? Did you get that spot? Man, I had these wings, man. I had these wings yesterday. Crazy, bro. You got. And then that just leads to that. Like so, that's powerful. Like yo, take care of you. Basically, what he's saying is too. Is take care of your people.
Yeah.
Like he just said not taking shortcuts.
Right.
That really mean taking care of your people.
Yeah.
Cause they gonna take care of you.
If you're in a position like this, you gotta take care of your employees.
Oh yeah, boys
If
too.
you don't take care of them, they can put out trash just because. You feel what I'm saying?
And then, or if you think about like big chains, like you know, the big chain fast food restaurants. You hear like horror stories about what they do.
Yeah.
I mean, but think about this: if they were getting paid $20 to $25 an hour, they wouldn't be doing that. They're not about to risk their job, like you know what I'm saying? Something like
They got a family to feed. They got bills to pay.
Yeah, and them big chains, they can do that.
Right.
They can, but I mean, I'm just saying that because I'm not in the.
No, but I get where you come from.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, but
because I mean, this is a mom and pop spot.
Yeah, mom. Yeah,
they can
different.
Yeah, you got Popeye, you got KFC, Popeyes, Wendy's. They giving people 15 out the door.
Yeah,
just to start.
Just to start. They got the.
Yeah.
They don't even have to really market like that.
No, they don't because
they've been here for years.
Yeah, so.
You know what I'm saying? But that's dope, man. All right, so I want to just end off with oh no, you already did give them some good game or like a word of advice. Yeah, man. Well, hey, man, this has been a great episode, man. I really appreciate you, man, for taking your time out, man. And y'all might see a lot more because he said he about to get to training. You know what I'm saying? We're about to do a video tomorrow, workout. We actually need to do a bunch of them. Especially before I leave. I'm gonna be coming back. You plan on staying in Ohio?
I'll be here for a little.
I was gonna say, man, cause it's cold up here.
Yeah. But I mean, home is always home too. So
I wanted to ask you too. how do you feel about the snow? How do you feel about the snow?
So I'll say this. I don't really do too much, right? I work out, I chill at the crib. I don't really be going out and stuff. So most of the time the snow don't bother me.
Okay.
Because I'm not in it. But it do bother me.
When you
Man, last year I had to shovel my whole driveway. I was like, yeah, I don't know about that. It took me like 2 hours. And then my latch was locked up at
Done.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, this.
I remember last year it was January. I got the date in my head because it was when the snowstorm was crazy. January 17th, and I got a picture of it. And my whole, because I live downtown, so I live in an apartment downtown, so we got parked on the street. You know, when they come and shovel, my whole car was big. I'm like, oh my.
Because they just pushed everything.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get out of here. I've been saying that for years. I've been saying it for years that I don't even feel like I'm designed to even be in the cold. I need to be in the heat where it's just blazing.
But I feel like there's everybody I done met in Ohio say the same thing. Like, I'm not meant to be up there.
Yeah, no, I gotta go. I already made a plan, everything. I'm like, I gotta go. But this is a part though. But yeah, I'm about to get about it. I'm about to actually move to Florida. Yeah, I'm about to move to Florida.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, man, being somewhere, you know, as close to the islands as possible. Like that's where I really want to live. One of the like islands. I want to like have my own farm, grow my own food, and just let my hair grow out super long,
right?
And just
enjoy life. Yeah, I feel that.
Yep. Well, man, I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Y'all, what I want y'all to do is take notes, man. I leave the LP notes on there for a reason. Don't let it just go over your head. He said a lot of Bible things. We cover financial, physical health, and mental health as well. We cover almost all three. You know what I mean? So don't let it go over your head, man. Take notes and go actually get rid of your limiting beliefs so you can start shining like you were designed to. All right. Until next time, y'all.